In 2020, it's time to stop standing in your own way. What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 things to quit doing in 2020 so that you can reach your big goals and make it the best year ever. Number 1 is stop comparing yourself to others. You can look at other people as inspiration and guidance. You can see them as a mentor or somebody that you want to embody, but stop comparing your life, your body, your success, anything to anybody else, because it is honestly such a blessing that we are who we are. Everybody is unique. Everybody has their own skills and talents and abilities and thoughts and whatever. And that is your superpower. So when you are comparing your own things to somebody else, you're going to just create problems in your mind. And it's just going to hold you back from being your own self and doing things your way. I know it's really difficult, but there's literally no point in comparing yourself, because somebody's always going to be better looking, always going to have more money, always going to be further ahead of you even though they're the same age as you. They're always going to be doing something that you are not. There's always going to be somebody. This is where you need to start gaining confidence. And there are multiple ways to do that. You need to increase your discipline. I have talked about this before, but basically you just need to increase your confidence and ignore what other people are doing. It does not have to do with you. Number 2 is self-sabotage. So this involves a lot of things. And a lot of times you probably aren't even noticing when you are sabotaging your own success or happiness. If you are somebody who engages in negative behavior or poor habits, or even negative thoughts or having a negative mindset, then you are sabotaging yourself. And this is also really difficult because it requires a lot of mindset work. And it is something I struggle with as well, because when things happen, when you fail, you typically doubt yourself, or when you're not able to complete something or do something, then you put yourself down. But there are other subtle ways that you are sabotaging yourself that you may not even notice. So if you are procrastinating regularly, that is not going to benefit you whatsoever. If you are taking part in poor habits, not taking care of your body, smoking, drinking heavily, not working out, if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, being really unorganized or missing deadlines or running late to a lot of things, starting things but never finishing them, so you just have projects that are incomplete, and things like dwelling on the past. These are all self-sabotaging habits, and it's time to stop, because you need to become aware of them and then overcome them. They seem harmless at first, and the best way for you to overcome this is through thought work and mindset work, but you need to realize that you are worthy of healthy habits and taking care of yourself, and you should show your own body and self a ton of love, because you are the most important person in your life. So stop sabotaging your own self, because there are so many other factors that are doing that already. Number 3 is using too much social media. In 2019, I stopped getting on Instagram and a couple of other social media accounts for over 6 months. And it's one of the best things that I did, because I realized the power of social media sites. And this, starts the cycle of those past 2 things that we talked about. You're going to compare yourself to people. You're going to sabotage your own success by spending too much time on there. So I suggest that you either take a break each week from social media or from your phone, or take a whole sabbatical and do not get on social media for at least a week, but ideally 30 days or more. And you can start to realize your brain wants to be stimulated by your phone or by likes and looking at photos, and you are not allowing yourself to focus on the things that are really important to you. I mean, are you even aware of how much time you're spending on Instagram? If you go and look at your time used for certain apps on your phone, you're probably going to be shocked. It may not, or maybe you do know and you're just lying to yourself that it's not a problem. But pay attention to how much time you are spending on social media, and also pay attention to what you are even consuming, because there are a lot of stupid things on the internet, unfortunately, and a lot of the things that go viral or people who are really popular they have content, or those things are content that are just not beneficial to you and are actually just making your mind less powerful, and you are allowing that information to just come into you. And I think it's something to be really cautious of. So I started unsubscribing and unfollowing people that no longer serve me, that their content is maybe entertaining, but it doesn't really provide me any value. They're just talking about nonsense all the time or anything like that. I choose to block that off. It's the same thing with the news channels. I don't have any cable TV, but if there is the news on, I try not to watch it. And I think a lot of people wake up and they watch the news, or they read the latest thing about horrible things happening in the world, and it's just not the best thing to feed yourself. So pay attention to what you're consuming and how much of it you're consuming. Number 4 is hitting the snooze button, because you are literally starting off your day horribly. And I have hit the snooze button plenty of times in my life, but I no longer do that. It's pretty rare for me to hit the snooze button, but it's such a bad habit and so many people do it. When you hit the snooze button, you're literally saying no to living your life. And I know it doesn't feel like that in the moment. You're like, I just want to sleep. I'm tired. And you don't realize what's actually happening. But when you hit the snooze button, you're doing that, first of all. And 2, you're only gonna make yourself more groggy, because you're going to fall back into a sleep cycle, more than likely, and then you're gonna wake up and feel even worse. So set your alarm for the actual time that you will wake up, and do not hit the snooze button. Put your phone across the room, put it in a different room, play it really loud, get a different alarm if you need to, so that it doesn't make it as easy to hit the snooze button. I really suggest that you find your why for waking up, because I think that is the greatest thing to overcome the snooze button and waking up early. It's easy to make a commitment to stop hitting the snooze button, but when you wake up, you have to remind yourself of your why, or why it is that you don't want to hit the snooze button, and make sure you talk to yourself when you wake up. Before, I would make this huge deal about feeling tired, and I would just think it's the worst thing ever. I would be so dramatic all through like my morning shower, and before I would get ready, I was just like, I can't do this. This is horrible. What is life? Like, all these horrible negative things to start my day is not ideal, and that's how I used to be. But then I started just understanding and pointing out, I am just tired, and that is okay. That is normal. I'm just tired. Nothing is wrong. We're gonna be good. And then I remind myself of my why. I fill out my 6-minute diary, so automatically I'm thinking positive thoughts, because it starts with gratitude. And then I can start my morning off a lot better. And then I find something to look forward to, such as coffee or my writing, and that's exactly the way you will overcome it. Number 5 is letting others or outside factors affect your feelings. Nobody can put feelings inside of you. And I've learned this a lot through coaching. My coach is Natalie Bacon. You can join her coaching program if you are interested. I love her, so that's just me talking about her. But everything that happens to you is neutral. Every circumstance you're in and situation that occurs is a neutral situation. So the way that you are feeling is your reaction to it, because the person next to you or somebody that you know can be going through the exact same circumstance or look at the exact same situation and not feel that way at all. I like to use the example of a boss. So let's say your boss is assigning you too many assignments, or at least you feel that way. You are very stressed out, you are overworking, whatever. To make it clear, I'm not saying here that your boss is not giving you too much work or that this is fair. Now, with these circumstances, you are feeling stressed, you are feeling angry, frustrated, whatever feeling it is. However, your coworker may be under the same circumstance and situation and be thriving. So nobody is forcing you to feel that way. Nobody's putting those feelings inside of you. Again, it comes back to thought work, because a lot of people do this in relationships. You know, if you get in an argument with your significant other, the rest of your day you feel really upset. And that is natural. That is typically something that happens. But it's important to take a step back and observe those feelings and why you're feeling them, and just state the facts, the circumstance. this is what happened, and then evaluate your feelings about it to overcome that. Stop allowing people to get so deep inside of you or a situation to control everything in your life. You are completely in control of how you feel. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel sad or angry or anything like that. That's completely fine. Just be aware that nobody's making you feel that way. Number 6 is poor financial habits, because this is a huge problem, especially in America. And because of this, I created a second YouTube channel, as I have mentioned. I will link it down below, all about personal finance and my journey. But seriously, pay attention to your finances and stop falling victim to all of these things. Student loan debt, credit cards, poor credit scores, like all these things can be prevented if you just educate yourself, and the younger you are, the better. But if you're older and you're struggling, don't worry about it. You can start fresh right now and educate yourself and make a change as needed. So stop overspending, stop not saving, stop talking negatively about your money or about your financial situation. For example, don't say things like, no, I can't afford that, or no, I'm broke. Like, stop making, even if you're joking, your mind doesn't know that. So take that back and just, instead of I'm too broke to purchase that, say I am choosing not to purchase that right now. That's it. You don't need to speak so poorly of your situation, your finances, or even of yourself. Make sure you're aware of where your money is going. Budget your money. Just pay attention. Add up your debt if you need to. Stop ignoring it. Face your fears if finances scare you, and start developing some healthy financial habits. The final one is wasting time, because time is invaluable and you can never get it back. Stop wasting your time on things that do not matter. Netflix binges, too much social media, relationships that are pointless or not going anywhere. Your time is precious and you don't know when it's going to end. So ideally, you want to take advantage of as much time as you can. And this doesn't mean you have to be productive or do something every single moment, but just be aware of where your time is going, what you're spending your time on, because a lot of people are just letting it go and you're not going to get this back. I will be making a video on time management, possibly a couple of videos, but I think it's something that's so important, and the more that you learn to manage your time, the more control and freedom you will have of your life anyway. You can create more time by being more organized and managing everything well. Stop putting things off. If you are watching this video, let this be your last video. You can stop it here even if you want to, but seriously, take advantage of the time that you do have and put it to good use. There's no excuses. Those are the 7 things that you should work on giving up in 2020. I do have a blog post version of this exact topic. I will link that down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.